All right, February 12th. It's day 3 of our year on the plains. And what we're doing today is I'm giving you, similar to what I did yesterday with the sheep, I'm giving you a kind of a baseline of where the cattle herd is that I am taking care of. Now I don't own these cattle, but I'm taking care of 2 different cattle herds, and basically the work is identical to either one. So February 12th, it's basically, it must be 60 degrees and sunny, or 65 and sunny. It's absolutely t-shirt weather, though once again that's not predictable. So we're coming out and we're feeding. I've got kids in the back that are going to do it. We're feeding what's called cake, which is a high protein pelleted ration that's given to the beef cattle. Some of the ranchers out here do feed hay in the winter, but a lot of them don't. And the reason that the hay is not absolutely mandatory is that out here the cattle right now in February are grazing grass that grew, the horn calls them, grass that grew last August. So their base roughage forage is still available out here on this prairie. That brown stuff does have nutritional value and is eaten similar to hay by the cattle. But the cake gives a considerable protein boost to them, and that's why the cake is fed. So basically this cattle herd right now, and we wait till everyone comes, because boy, they'll fight for that cake, but this herd is in what I would call pre-calving. We're going to be looking for the first calves to be dropping within a week or 2 weeks. You can see that light colored one up ahead is pretty big. So we're basically on calf watch at this point, and we're just boosting their nutritional status, you know, by giving them the protein feed. So we're going to have calving here in February within the next couple weeks. Then the calves drop, and then branding is typically in this group is going to be around Memorial Day, and the calves will be shipped, or the young steers and so forth will be shipped to the feedlot around the 8th of October. So that's basically our cycle. Just like the sheep, it's very similar. It's of course an annual cycle of new birth. Cows are a little different. They have to be older before they breed. They're not quite as, their gestation's longer. They're not quite as fast as sheep, but it's basically obviously a similar life cycle. The cow spends its whole life pregnant or nursing, essentially, or, you know, for brief periods regaining condition in between. So we're just going to start putting along here, and the cake is being dumped out the back by the kids, and that's how we do it, so they all get their share. And it's kind of funny, you see those trucks with cattle guards on, you know, the bars on the front. Well, it's not just for looks, you know, you don't want to bump them, but if you're out here in a beautiful new pickup truck, if not that that's a problem I have, but if you're out here in a beautiful new pickup and you're feeding cattle, it's not going to be beautiful long, because they're pretty aggressive. They'll rub right up against you sometimes, especially along the back. They'll rub up against the bed trying to get into that cake. So there's the cattle lifestyle. We're basically eating stockpiled dry grass from last summer, eating cake, and waiting for the first calves to make their appearance.